Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow reptiles, to Ask Rep Q&A number 20 here on my channel, a segment where I answer your questions from Twitter, Tumblr, and through video responses. But before we begin, Audible.com is a company hosted by Amazon that hosts thousands upon thousands of audiobooks for your listening entertainment and enjoyment. Recently, I have been listening to the very sad, depressing, but incredible book known as The Kite Runner. This is actually based on a movie, but they have the audiobook on Audible.com, and I thought about listening to it, and it was even more heart-wrenching than the film itself. If you would like to sign up through Audible.com, if you sign up to Audible.com using my vanity URL link down below, audible.com/Mr. Repzion, you will get a 1-month free trial to Audible.com along with a free audiobook of your choosing. That sounds like something you'd be interested in? Please check out the first link down below.
Top of the morning to you, Mr. Repzion. My question to you is, what are your thoughts on people saying, "I'll pray for you"? I have been around the internet and spoken to a lot of atheists who perceive people saying that as being passive-aggressive or snobbish or just downright rude. I'm a Christian, and I have said it to friends in the past, but I've always meant it in kind of a comforting way to show that I care about them. You know, you're on my heart. I'm thinking about you. And no theist, Christian or otherwise, that I know has ever meant it in a negative way.
The phrase, "I'll pray for you," used to really insult me when I first came out of religion. But as time has went on, and as I've grown as a person, and as I've found out what I believe, and I don't take a radical or militant side of atheism. In fact, I don't really even talk about atheism on my channel anymore. I'm going away from the topic because I have no interest in it anymore. But in regards to this question, the phrase used to offend me. I used to feel insulted and attacked when people would say that, because I used to feel like they were passively aggressive attacking me, when in reality, they really weren't. They really meant what they said, that I was going to be in their thoughts. But over the past few years, I've come to the conclusion that it doesn't bother me like it used to. I'm no longer insulted by it. But when someone says to me, "I'll pray for you," my normal response is, yeah, you do that, go ahead and waste your time. Because in all honesty, that's what I believe that people are doing. They're wasting their time, they're taking time of their day to get on their knees or pray to their God that I would be saved or that God would help me, whatever it be. And it's a waste of time, in my opinion, so I will tell them that it's a waste of their time. Wow, asshole, could your muffler be any louder? Sorry about that. The joys of living on your own in your own apartment is people do not fucking give a shit about other people here. But in regards to your question, what do I think about the phrase, "I'll pray for you"? It's fine. I don't get offended or insulted by it, not like I used to when I first transitioned out of religion. Because when I first transitioned, I think this goes for anybody, if you've come out of religion, that first initial 6 months of your transition out, you're very angry, you're very upset. Any type of religious dogma or teaching or phrases people say to you really upsets you. And it took a while for me to realize that I needed to calm down, and you know, when you find out religion's a lie, all you believed is a lie, you get really hard on yourself, and that's why I was deeply offended and insulted all the time when people would say that. But that's not the case anymore.
Hi, Mr. Repzion. My name is Deborah, and I have a 15-year-old son who seems to have chosen atheism as his choice. He was raised Christian, and if that's his choice, I completely accept it. However, he seems to be strongly influenced by you. I have no problems with you being an atheist. I'm just wondering, and maybe I'm missing it in your channels, if there's some way that you could express that although you choose atheism and the reasons why you may, there are many reasons why people choose to be atheist. And sometimes it's exploration or a problem in their lives, but to keep searching for what they believe in. At 15, it's a little bit young, I think, to decide, hey, I'm an atheist now.
First things first, I would like to thank you, the mother, for allowing your 15-year-old son to watch my videos. It was kind of when you said that he's influenced by me. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, considering that a lot of my content is very mature, and I say a lot. I don't censor these lips. I don't censor words for the most part. So thank you for allowing your son to watch my videos. In terms of him being 15 and too young to come out as an atheist, I disagree. I think children can come to the conclusion that what they believe regarding, like, a god or not by even younger than 15. In fact, I was questioning religion at the age of 13 when I was still embedded in religion, of course, but that's when I started questioning things, and I actually started to develop a thought processing and say, this doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, the whole Adam and Eve story and God and predestination, foreknowledge, God knew prior all these things were going to happen, so why did he still allow them to make sin, and then all of us for humanity is doomed for the rest of eternity? You know, that's just things that I started thinking. That was at 13 and 12 and 13, 12 and 13, and it wasn't until age 17 or 18 where I finally said, I'm stepping away from this, I don't want anything to do with religion anymore. In regards to seeking truth, I agree with you. I'm not sure if you were actually questioning about truth or not, but I hold the view that my viewpoint as an atheist could very, very easily change. My worldview could easily change. If new evidence comes to me that there is an intelligent designer, like evidence, empirical data that I can observe and see that intelligent designer can prove to me that one exists, I will change my atheism to a deist. I mean, I used to be a deist. I used to be a theist, went to a deist, now I'm an atheist. You know, it's really critical for anyone at any age to always be seeking new knowledge and being open to discovering new things and applying those new findings to your life and changing your perspective, whether it be religion or atheism, based upon that. Would you rather know when you die or how you die? Personally, I would want to know when I die, because I don't really care how I die, I just want to know when. Because let's, for example, say that I was going to die by age 35. I am now 22. Let's say I'm going to die in 11 years. 12 years. Bad at math. I'm going to die in 12 years, right? I would instantly, I'd say, fuck everything. I would go traveling every single place. I would blow all of my money that I have savings. I would go travel and do everything I've always wanted to do. Like, that would inspire me to get and live my life at the absolute fullest. I mean, I do that now, but I'd have a time crunch. I mean, I got a few years left and I'm gonna be dead, so I would want to do all these crazy adventures, going to New Zealand, snorkeling, scuba diving, skydiving off of buildings, flying, what are those things, skydiving with like these wings that you fly through the mountains and through canyons and stuff. That's what I would want to do. So if I had to choose, would I want to know when I die or how I die? It's when I would die. What is the hardest thing about living alone? Well, biggest thing for me is procrastination. I used to have a mother who would wake me up, a mom who would tell me, you gotta get this done, you have this on this day, you have an activity here, you have an appointment here, and now everything is all in here. Now, I do use a Google Calendar, that's about all I use, but even still, my mind is so scatterbrained, and I say I'm gonna do this, and then I get distracted with either a video, Twitter, video games, going to get groceries, and then I forget about what I did previously, and then that gets procrastinated for several days. For example, I have laundry that's been in my dryer for 5 days, and I have yet to put my bed sheet on my bed, and I've told myself every single day that I'm going to do that, but it doesn't happen. So that's the biggest thing, hardest thing about me living on my own, is I have no one to hold me accountable, no one to say, remind me to do things, because I have a terrible memory when it comes to reminding myself. My second thing about living on my own that I hate is absolute loneliness, but that's why I have a dog, and she's very cuddly, she stinks and she farts, but she helps a lot with my loneliness, and when you live by yourself, completely in your own place, I'm an introvert and an extrovert. I like being social, I like being out, but at the same time I like my own space, I like to be alone. But I have to have an equal balance between the two. And living on your own all the time can get very, very lonely. How is living in Washington State? Absolutely amazing, and the reason I say that it's absolutely amazing, because we now have our first legal weed shop in downtown Seattle where we can buy and sell marijuana. Yes, it is recreational usage of marijuana, and weed is perfectly okay. It's really, really expensive because it's the first shop to actually open in downtown Seattle. There's 12 other licensed marijuana shops that have yet to be opened, but it's pretty cool. Like, never in my lifetime, or other people that I know who are older than me, would ever suspect that we'd have a, a store where people can go in and buy marijuana and sell marijuana. So that's why I love my state. Plus, we also have gay marriage, and we have a lot of cool laws. So you should, if you If you guys smoke weed, you should come to my state. We can smoke a joint. What is your opinions on Dan Is Not On Fire and Amazing Phil? I do not watch them. I am not interested in them. And it's really interesting because those two channels, those two people, I have nothing negative to say about them other than the fact that their audiences are all primarily young teenage girls. And the problem with that is that eventually their channels are going to die out. I used to watch the YouTuber Live Lava Live, and his channel is literally nothing now. He lost his female audience. I mean, he's a bigger channel than me, and he's lost, and he only gets like 20,000 to 30,000 views, or even less than that per video he has, and he almost has 500,000 people watching him. That's the crazy thing, is that I'm glad that my channel is primarily male, and it's an older audience, rather than all young, impressionable teenage girls, simply because they fade out of those things when they grow older, which means that in the next few years, those people aren't going to be making the money and the ad revenue and bringing in the views that they were originally several years ago. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow reptiles, this has been Ask Rep Q&A number 20. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please leave a comment below asking me your questions, but most of all, if you would leave a video response to this video, link it down below into the comments section of you asking me any question you want. Video responses, like you filming yourself asking me a question, take priority over comments. And I love video responses because it gives me a more personal feel to my audience, and I can see what you look like, and I can hear what you look like, and it just feels more personal when someone makes a video response, and then I can use their video response in my video. But if you don't want to do that, feel free to tweet me any question, leave a comment down below asking me any question, and I will try to answer it to best my ability out of the hundreds of people who watch me. My name is Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. This has been Ask Rep Q&A number 20, and peace, the rep out.